Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, my Facebook suspension for saying we're kicking is going to be up, I think, about 2 o'clock. But we're rolling on YouTube and Rumble. Sorry about the inconvenience. How about college football? I can't believe I forgot to mention this yesterday, and I want to bring it back. How hilarious is that college students across the country were saying F Biden in chants? I mean, I love it. By the way, Laura Ingraham last night on her show, I watched a little bit of it. Laura Ingraham on her show brought on Jason Whitlock, who I really like, and they spoke about these college students and they're fighting back and everything else. And this is an example where I like to brag, that I see things that these national folks who I like miss. Nobody mentioned in that interview that this wasn't college kids fighting back against what's going on. This was the American Communist 10 being selective in what they allow. The television networks that make money on college football need filled stadiums to drive that enthusiasm and drive those ratings. So this wasn't, the college students were allowed to participate by their masters, these colleges and these programs and the TV networks, all part of the American Communist 10, because they need the money. See, it's a double standard. See, they allow stadiums filled with unvaccinated, unmasked people, but they're not going to allow kids in school to do the same. Do you see the hypocrisy? Laura Ingram's smart, by the way, but her and Jason Whitlock were acting like this was a victory for college kids fighting back. No, they were allowed to fight back because somebody in the American Communist 10 needed them in those stands. See how it works? You can trace it all back. I need to write the book. Fauci the crook. This son of a gun, lies to Congress, then lies about lying to Congress, accuses Rand Paul of lying, and it's clear as day he lied. Do you believe it? Fauci's departments, the NIH and company, helped fund the research that gave us the coronavirus. They lie about it. Fauci, God darn, man, he's such a little con artist. By the way, all these people think, oh, he's the country's doctor. Look at Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff, the serial killers that look all nice. Can be very deceptive, can it? Biden in Jersey. Hey, let's get it up for the Jersey boys. The Jersey folks were yelling at Biden. You left people behind. Go home. Biden, you know what Biden's response was? Oh, they don't understand. They don't understand. 200 Seattle police officers, like they can afford to lose any, will lose their jobs under the vax mandate. It's incredible. Incredible. Trump's going to go to the Iowa State Fair. Things are heating up. Insiders apparently in his campaign say this Afghanistan debacle has really pushed him to want to run for 2024. And you've got DeSantis saying, I'm not running. That's a bunch of baloney. So I think the decks are clearing for old Trump in 2024. He will be resurrected, Trump, in 2024. The Georgia Bulldogs football team, and by the way, I always root for the Georgia Bulldogs, obviously, unless they play Bama. And guess what? Bama's 1, Bulldogs are 2. But the Georgia Bulldogs say everybody on their team that's got COVID were vaccinated. Their problem is the vaccinated players. Symbolic. Congress are violating what's called the STOCK Act. Stop trading on congressional knowledge. Big freaking problem. They're gangsters, folks. Gangsters, gangsters, gangsters. Sad story, indicative of what's going on in this country. More and more males are dropping out of college. The disparity between women and men is growing. And part of it apparently is men saying, what's the point, what's the use, blah, blah, blah. Can you imagine what it's like to be a white male in college these days if you're not woke, like you're a typical You know, what you got to put up with on campus, what you got to put up in the freaking media, what you got to put up in the classroom and professors and everything else. I could see, you know, but by the way, maybe it's not all bad, because maybe all those kids go out and start companies, get in business, work, do some things that are better than wasting their money in a woke college. I don't know. Obama. You know, Obama's ran and hid. Have you heard of Obama? He chirps and chirps and chirps, doesn't he? He doesn't chirp when bad things happen. Four of the terrorists that he swapped for the Bergdahl. By the way, another totally illogical thing. Everything Obama did, like the Obamacare bullshit, giving all that cash to Iran. You know, everything Obama did was just, how can I hurt America? 4 of those terrorists are part of the Taliban leadership. Come on. There ought to be people camped out in front of freaking Obama's front freaking yard till he answers the questions. How does he feel about that? All right. Joe Biden is at $6.4 billion for 95,000 Afghan refugees to get relocated in this country. By the way, if you're poor in America and you're an American citizen, may I suggest you leave, come back as an illegal American and collect all your benefits? The State Department, evidence is showing, has blocked non-sanctioned American flights out of Afghanistan. You know what? If I was the President of the United States, I would tell my State Department, I would say, listen, any freaking American, anybody wants to help, get freaking people out. Let's get the hell out of the damn way. But no. Mark Lord, ever hear of this guy? I haven't. He's apparently a billionaire. He wants to create a completely brand new woke city for 5 million people. Hey, Mark, why don't you just buy LA or New York City or Chicago? Why do you need to build one? They already exist. Last but not least, Joe Biden says they don't call tornadoes anymore.
Looks like a tornado. They don't call them that anymore.
I mean, here in the Midwest, tornadoes occur. Thank God we're not Kansas and Kentucky, but who said that? They don't call tornadoes anymore? What are they calling them, Joe? Last I heard, it was still called a tornado. This guy's a clown, an absolute clown. A little add-on that I have. Freedom Fest is this Saturday from 4. Don't forget about it. But I wanted to tease the Enquirer a little bit. The Enquirer, top 5 things to do this coming weekend. Horror Hound Weekend, Covington Oktoberfest, fair enough, Cincinnati Blues Challenge, End of the Rainbow, Vintage Motorcycle Rally, honorable mention British Car Day, honorable mention Village Green Car Show. Freedom Fest does not even get a top 5 or an honorable mention of top things to do this weekend. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope today is yours.